All right, the year of 2023 was a very, very interesting year where you had a lot of good movies, a lot of bad movies. You had movies coming off the COVID era. So I'm going to tell y'all my 30 movies that I watched 2023. This isn't going to be a top 30 movies. This is the major movies that I watched. It just happened to be 30, 31. And then I'm going to tell you and I'm going to rank them and where I put them at. There will be some movies that you probably never heard of, or there'll be definitely a lot of movies that I didn't do reviews on. There'll be movies that you're probably like, you didn't see that movie, like Shazam and all that. I didn't see any of those movies. Because when I watch a movie, I watch it because I have the slightest interest in it. So if I don't have any interest in it, I'm probably not going to watch it. So without further ado, let's get to the intro and let's get started.
It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's a geek.
Also, this is my personal opinion, my preference. So I don't need y'all saying, well, this movie's right here. Well, you have this movie right here. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. It's my opinion. It's what I liked about the movies, not you. All right, let me get that clear. So let's start off first. And I kind of almost guarantee this is going to be a lot of people's favorite movie of the year. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was the best Spider-Man movie ever made. I'm going to try not to spend too much time on the synopsis of these videos, of these movies, just because most of y'all should already know these movies anyway. So number one, I'm starting off with Across the Spider-Verse, and that's just part one. Part two should be coming. I don't think it's coming next year. I mean this year, but it should be coming next year. So yeah, Across the Spider-Verse is number one. Number two, The Iron Claw. Now, The Iron Claw recently came out this December, and I wasn't where I usually would see my movies. I was back in my hometown, and it was a great movie, well written. The main character, the main actor, he did great. I'm surprised he's not up for like an Oscar or something. He was great in that movie. The Iron Claw is a movie about the Von Erich family, their rise and their fall, and it was very interesting to me. I like wrestling. If you know me, I'm a wrestling fan. Don't really watch it as much as I used to years ago, but to my heart, I always will be a wrestling fan. So that's why I'm putting Iron Claw at number two. Number three, this won't be a shock to any of y'all either. Godzilla Minus One. I don't remember if I did a video on that. For some reason, I feel like I did do a video on Godzilla Minus One. Can't remember. But that's probably the best Godzilla movie, Monsterverse movie that's out right now, that's ever came out. I feel like it was well written. It made you take care about the characters. Godzilla was devious. He was a monster, and that's what you need right there. That's what you need in a Godzilla movie or Monsterverse movie. You need to be fearing for the lives of the people who the story tries to make you care about. So with four, we have Hunger Games. Now Hunger Games was a slow burn movie for me. It's something similar to Oppenheimer, but it was a slow burn movie for me, and it had a lot of action, a lot of story. And y'all know, for me, I like stories that have a well-written plot. I don't want to just see action. I don't want to see, and there's a time and place for action movies. But with me, I like to have a concise or a story that makes sense, that I can follow, and that's interesting to me. And that's why Hunger Games landed the spot of number four. Number five is probably an underrated movie that came out this year, later this year. I got Wonka for number five for me. Wonka is a movie, I should have did a review on it, but it is a movie that the world needed. The world right now is in a place where nobody wants to be a kid. There's a lot of adult stuff going on. Social media isn't for kids no more. And it took something and made it to where everyone could enjoy it. Wonka isn't a kids movie, or it isn't a movie just for kids. It isn't a movie just for adults. It finds a way to tell a story that we kind of already know a little bit about, but make you fall in love with the story even more. The three people who had the control over the Wonka land with the chocolate, they were amazing. I just liked the movie. It was a musical. The actor, he was cool. So Wonka, number five for me. Six, I have, and this might come as a surprise to some of y'all, for good or for bad, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is 6 for me. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but I looked at my list, the movies I've watched, which is 31 movies, and I said, I can actually watch this movie over 25 other movies that I have on the list. So that's why it's on here. Not saying Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is not a bad movie. I still think the first one is a better movie. I still think People overrated High Evolutionary. All that stuff is not changing for me. It was definitely top 10 movie this year, and probably top 2, top 3 superhero movie this year. So, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, your number 7. We have another animated movie, Super Mario Bros. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like Super Mario Bros. Because the story was super simple, but the game is super simple. So, Jack Black did amazing. Chris Pratt did amazing. I love the movie. It was simple. It was cool. It had I think it made like a $1.5 billion, $1 billion movie. Hey, for me, I got it at number 7, and that's where it stands. Number 8, another animated movie. Number 8, I have the Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtle movie was great. It was a fresh new take on the Ninja Turtles franchise that we haven't seen before. We actually got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles act like teenagers. Now, sometimes it was some points where I feel like they were kind of forcing it with the bacon, egg, and cheese thing he was doing and all that. But when it came to the animation style, y'all know at first the Spider-Verse animation style wasn't all that to me, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animation style kind of did the same thing and tweaked it and honed it to where it was its own, and the story was amazing. So for me, I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at number 8. Number 9. This is also a movie I feel like a lot of people probably haven't seen or didn't know about, but it was an Amazon Prime movie. Number 9, Candy Cane Lane. Candy Cane Lane was a Christmas movie that it's probably the only Christmas movie I watched this last year, and it was one of the better Christmas movies I've seen. And I've seen a lot of movies. You got the Home Alones, you got the Elves, you got all these movies. Every now and then we need a fresh new movie, a Christmas movie, to kind of spice it up. We've been watching the same Christmas movies for the last decade plus. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching them movies since I've been alive. So what that tell you? And I'm finna turn 21. Candy Cane Lane. I don't want to give you the story, because if you want to watch it, I still say watch it, even though it's not Christmas time anymore. I still say watch it, but it's something new. I'll say that it's something new, and I have it at number 9 for my list. Number 10. This might come as a surprise, but this is actually this high or this low. Creed 3. Creed 3 was a decent movie. I'm not saying it wasn't bad. I'm not saying it wasn't good. It just wasn't anything spectacular. But somehow it still made the top 10 for me. So, hey, it's a boxing movie. We all know what Creed represents. We all know what Rocky represents, even though he didn't show up in the movie. So it's number 10. That's all I gotta say for that. 11. Now, Oppenheimer. I did like Oppenheimer, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, entertainment value. Oppenheimer wasn't an entertaining movie. It wasn't trying to do that. It was trying to inform you about stuff while also having a plot and a story that was more an acquired taste. It was more of an acquired taste. I loved Oppenheimer. I really did. I liked it better than Barbie, which y'all will see. But I'm like, Oppenheimer, I feel like 11 is good right here. I feel like it's better than every movie I'm finna name after that, but I don't think it's better than any movie that I named so far, for me. So, that's where I have it right there. Number 12, a sleeper movie. A very, very sleeper movie that was actually getting reports that it was doing very, very bad, and then all of a sudden it started doing very, very well. Elementals. Elementals, I think I made a review about this movie. Elementals is a movie I would say is a date night movie. If your girl likes Disney crap, which it happens to be mine does, go out. We should have watched Elementals, should have got a nice popcorn, and that would have been a good vibe. Because Elementals is a love story about forbidden love. I feel like I already said that before in a different video. I'm pretty sure I did. It reminds me of Romeo and Juliet, but it's more modern. And it's simple to where kids can understand it. But it's also to the point where it's like, some stuff kids aren't gonna understand, but adults would. So that's why I got Elementals there, and I like this story. I'm a sucker for those type of movies. I usually don't like Disney movies like that, or Disney movies in general, but that movie right there, it was good. So I give it props. 13 is a movie that came out, but I didn't happen to see it in theaters, but I saw it on Netflix. Big George Foreman. I love boxing. I like boxing a lot, and I knew George Foreman, the grills. I knew he was a boxer and everything, but I didn't know his story. And this story was very, very, very interesting to me, because you see a lot of black people, they have some of the similar stories, who come into have fame and stuff. They came up from low impoverished backgrounds, and they rise up. And that's one story that I always will gravitate to because I came from a low background. You know, I'm not gonna tell y'all my story online. You know, if you want to know a little bit about me, watch my first ever YouTube video. I feel like that movie spoke to me, and it was a good boxing movie. I have it below Creed, but as far as boxing movie, it wasn't really about boxing. So Creed is a better boxing movie, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I got it down here at 13. 14, The Color Purple. I recently saw The Color Purple, and my experience was weird because The Color Purple is a black movie. You know, black people know the movie. They know the original. So when I went to the theater, it was nothing but black folks. And y'all know how black folks act. They don't act like they have home training. We don't act like we have home training some of the times. All right, so I'm seeing the movie. A lot of people you can tell who haven't been to the movie theater in the last couple years. They don't know. They don't have movie theater etiquette. Talking, standing up, doing this, doing that, and that's fine. But it comes to a point where it's like the movie itself was decent. Mr. You had the person who played Mr. You had Fantasia. You had a lot of these people. Halle Bailey. And I feel like for what it was, the movie was good. My mom said she might have liked the remake better than the original. So I feel like for me, 14 is a good place to have it at. 15, I have Quantumania. Now, Quantumania probably should be a little lower than where it's at. Looking back on it, for me, as I've always said, Kang carried the movie. Kang is the reason why it's even this high. Everything else could be a little lower. CGI was terrible. Well, not terrible. It was spotty at some point. So it's 15 for Kang. You know what I'm saying? Kang, you did your thing. Sorry, Jonathan Majors. You know, terrible situation that happened. 16, Transformers: Rise of the Beast. I like the movie. A lot of people, my dad, his family, whatever, they said, my auntie, she liked it, but they said they ain't like the movie. Whatever. The movie was good to me. It was an action movie. The story didn't have to be too, and this is where you're going to see a lot of the action movies come into play right here, where the story isn't really that impactful, which is why they're kind of middle of the pack for me. But yeah, I liked it. Transformers, Optimus Prime, the robots, you can't beat it. So that's why I got it at 16. 17, I got Air. Air is a story about Michael Jordan's shoe. That's it. Middle of the pack. So boom. Nothing really to say about that. 18, I have Fast X. Fast X is a movie that got a lot of slack, but for an action movie, I don't think it was that bad. I think the only bad thing about the Fast and the Furious franchise is that they continue to drag it out. So when you drag something out, it becomes to the point where it's like, bruh, I'm trying to have story to tell, but the story I have to make might not make sense to the previous story I make. I gotta bring people back from the dead. I gotta say this person is my brother. I gotta say this person, I got a sister out of nowhere who ain't been around for 20 years. So that's the kind of problem, that's a problem for me. But hey, it lands at 18. 19, I put Cocaine Bear right there. That's bars. Movie about a bear being high on cocaine and killing people. That's it. 20, The Marvels. The Marvels is here at 20 because I'm looking at it, I'm like, entertainment, what was a better movie for me? I like The Marvels. It was decent in my opinion, but wasn't the best? No. Was it the worst like people will claim? No. So even with the post-credit scenes and all that crap, it's still at number 20. It's still kind of at the bottom for me. 21, I have Strays. It's the movie about a dog being abandoned and trying to go back and bite his owner's nut. Like I said, we're getting to the point where the movies are simple. He meets other dogs and they do drugs and they do this and do that. Simple little movie to, not nothing too crazy. It's at 21. 22, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now, I just recently saw Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. It wasn't a bad movie by any means. Just like I said, story simple. Aquaman, Jason Momoa was really taking me out of it. And Jason Momoa should have never been Aquaman. I told my auntie this. Jason Momoa should have never been Aquaman because he was playing Jason Momoa. That's not Aquaman. That's not the Aquaman that I know that Jason Momoa was doing. So, nah, bruh. The villain, he saved the movie for me. A lot of these movies, the villain is saving. So, 22, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. 23, Good Burger 2. Good Burger 2 was a little Paramount movie. Nothing too crazy. Y'all know what the first Good Burger represents. I feel like they try to do a little too much with being modern. You know, so that's 23. 24, I have The Little Mermaid. Now, The Little Mermaid, this placement was kind of interesting to me because the last couple movies I've named probably could be lower than The Little Mermaid. But I'm thinking, I'm like, for me, as me, not looking at from what the world said, how the world feels about this movie. For me, what did you think about the movie? Did you like it? Would you see it again? Did you like it over these other movies? And honestly, nah. But at the same time, it shouldn't get as much hate as it got. It shouldn't have gotten that much hate. But you know how the people be. A character that was white before and is black now. A whole bunch of people, y'all know who I'm talking about, is going to say, yeah, the movie trash, don't go see it, and it's going to bomb. So y'all know that. 25. At 25, I have They Clone Tyrone. It's at the bottom because I fell asleep. If I fall asleep on your movie, it's going to be at the bottom. I'm not a person who falls asleep on movies that nap off. If I doze off, you ain't got my attention. And if you ain't got my attention, your movie suck. 26. The Flash. The Flash. Actually, I probably should have put They Clone Tyrone after The Flash. But anyway, The Flash wasn't that bad of a movie, but it definitely wasn't great. CGI was terrible, especially in that last scene. They tried to do too much with the cameos. And it's crazy because James Gunn just said he doesn't do cameos for no reason, and he definitely does. That's what The Flash literally was. Even when he was running, it's weird. Dude running like this. Nah. So that's why I got The Flash at where it's at right now. Then we go to 27. And with 27, I have Leave the World Behind. Leave the World Behind was a movie based off a book, and you can find it on Netflix. The ending was trash. And you had a lot of heavy hitters in that movie. Ethan Hawke. You had the Mahershala Ali. And then you do all that, get all them big actors. I wish they would do a sequel to this, because if they do a sequel, it'll be more interesting to me. But the way it ended, bro, this should have been a series. 50 minutes each episode, 8 episodes. Then it would have been better than how people would say it is now. But Leave the World Behind is 27. 28, I have No Hard Feelings. No Hard Feelings was a movie with Jennifer Lawrence. And she had to get a boy's parents, a boy to lose his virginity or some crap like that. That was a movie I really wish I never spent my money on. To this day, I wish I could take back my little $8, $10, $12, $20 I spent on that movie and not spend it. That movie was trash. It was terrible. 29, May December, also another movie that was confusing, slow. You can find it on Netflix. 30, we have, this is gonna be surprising that this is on here, Trolls Band Together. When I tell y'all, Trolls Band Together might be quite possibly one of the worst movies I've seen ever in my life. Too many colors, stupid plot. I'm talking about it's glitter everywhere, every color of the rainbow. Shoot, it's colors of the rainbow I ain't never seen before. It's too much. It looked like somebody ate 10 gallons of paint and threw it all up on the movie. Nah, not for me. The singing was good though. You're all I ever want. That was cool, but other than that, nah. And the worst movie of 2023 for me, which comes as no surprise, is Barbie. Barbie was trash. I'm not gonna spend time talking about Barbie. Actually, if you look at the picture on my thumbnail, it's the same face I made from when I recorded that Barbie video. The same boy. Barbie was trash, bro. It was terrible. I mean, I'm all for women having their own movie, which is the thing where it's like, why don't people understand this? I don't have a problem with women having their own movie. I have a problem with women having their own movie, but having to make men look smaller in comparison. Y'all, women, and I'm not gonna try to go on a rant, but women for the ages have been trying to get equality with men. It shouldn't be one gender is better than the other, whether it's men or female. And I feel like that's what Barbie was trying to do. So, and if you tell me otherwise, you're lying. You didn't understand the movie. I know I wasn't a target audience. I'm a black dude. The target audience for that movie was white women. 30, 20. Well, that movie wasn't even for kids. That wasn't even a kids movie. Had adult jokes in it. had a lot of stuff that, you know, for a Barbie movie and their brand, it's like, why would you put that in there? So for me, Barbie was the worst movie of 2023. Spider-Verse was the best movie of 2023. And yeah. So let me know in the comments below. Let me know what are y'all thoughts on my rankings. Let me know where y'all have some of these movies. I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, Barbie, I know that's gonna happen. But give me your opinions, your thoughts, and what are y'all looking forward to in 2024? Because a lot of people have been saying movies in 2024 are gonna be looking terrible. Y'all tripping? Kung Fu Panda? Despicable Me? Deadpool? And that's just 3 off the top of my head. Come on, 2024 finna come with it. But that's all I got for y'all. If you love the video, like the video. If you don't love the video, dislike the video. I'm on the road to we actually already made 150 subscribers. We're at 153 right now. So y'all know the next goal is 200. We got 150 very, very fast. So 200 is the next goal. Get me to 200, and after that, we're going for 250. Without further ado, I'm out. Peace. Great way.